Now at 9, Missouri Congressman Mark Alford kicks off a 15-county tour with a stop in Nevada.
A tax hearing in Cherokee County brings out a large crowd of concerned citizens. I'm Samantha Walker, and I'll have that story coming up.
President Trump's crime crackdown could continue as he teases deploying more military forces to other large cities. I'm Connor Hansen with more on that story coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A Pittsburgh man faces multiple felony charges after police say he sexually assaulted a juvenile at a local hotel over the weekend. This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. Prosecutors charged 50-year-old Damian Yarbrough with rape, aggravated kidnapping, and aggravated criminal sodomy. Pittsburgh police responded to the America's Best Value Inn on North Broadway Street Saturday evening after receiving a report of a sexual assault. Officers found Yarbrough with his luggage trying to leave the hotel and detained him. Detectives searched Yarbrough's hotel room and say they found suspected evidence. The victim was referred to local medical providers for treatment. Yarbrough remains in the Crawford County Jail on a $500,000 bond. Was scared this afternoon on the campus of the University of Arkansas when an active shooter alert was sent out to students, faculty, and staff. There were at least 3 different reporting locations of an active shooter, but a Fayetteville police spokesperson says there was no confirmation of gunshots or injuries at the scene. Today, Missouri Congressman Mark Alford kicked off a 15-county town hall tour with a stop in Nevada. Inside 54 Cafe, Alford fielded questions on small business support, health care, and government spending. He also touched on national politics, telling the crowd he doesn't agree with everything President Trump says. Now, the president recently signaled on Truth Social that Missouri was up next for redistricting after Texas approved a new congressional map.
Staying out of that fight, that is between the president, Governor Kehoe, and the state legislature. We may see some action on that in the coming weeks if there is a special session, but I'll tell you this, no matter where this line is drawn for our district, I will continue to work my butt off for the people I represent, no matter where that line is. If it takes us up into Kansas City, where I used to be a TV anchor there, so be it.
Alford says gatherings like this give him a chance to hear directly from voters and carry their concerns back to Washington. Meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney joins us now with a first look at weather.
Light to moderate rain showers for most of the morning didn't bring us a lot of rain accumulation. Now in the Joplin area, about a 1/4 of an inch. Pittsburgh, about a 1/4 of an inch, but you can see just south of Pittsburgh got about 2.5 inches of rain, just in a tiny little isolated area. The rest of us only got a 1/4 of an inch to about a 1/2 an inch of rain in our central counties. Not a lot, and all those showers are out of the area. Now clouds are going to continue to decrease overnight tonight. And then we'll get into Tuesday with temperatures that are going to be in the low 80s to upper 70s. And then we also get some more sunshine to go along with that as well. So it's going to be a just wonderful day on Tuesday. We actually get to go outside and enjoy the fall temperatures instead of dealing with our dreary, overcast, rainy day today. Now temperatures continue to stay in the upper 70s Wednesday and low 70s on Thursday. We also have some rain showers returning those days as well. I'll have all that coming up.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Well, residents in Cherokee County can expect to see their property taxes go up. The county is budgeting a $2 million increase in expenditures for 2026 compared to 2025. But that projected number is $700,000 less than 2024. KOAM's Samantha Walker was in a packed hearing today where community members voiced their concerns about the rise and the county's spending.
We're just trying to live in peace, because we're 85 years old. And our taxes keep going up.
It was standing room only in the Cherokee County Commission room as the county held a revenue-neutral rate hearing. A revenue-neutral rate is the mill levy that would yield the same amount of property tax revenue as the year prior. A public hearing is required by the state when a governing body hopes to raise revenues in excess of the neutral rate. Some community members say with raising property values and taxes, they're worried how their budgets may be impacted.
Social Security didn't go up that much. I didn't hear that.
The county commission says the increase is necessary for their budget because the county has been dipping into reserves.
This year pretty well caught up with us because of the spending of resources in the past out of equipment reserve.
The hearing allowed community members to voice their concerns and ask questions about rising taxes and spending.
The sheriff budget went up $500,000. Can they explain some of that?
And officials a chance to explain their reasoning for an increasing budget.
Last year, sheriff's office was over budget by almost $500,000. We're basically going neutral at where it is. I'm taking the hit from you as citizens to bring us to where we want to be open to you all.
While some community members say they understand the need for an increase, such as to pay competitive wages.
I mean, there comes a time when to pay them those wages, the only way to do it is to raise our taxes. Nobody likes that. I agree on that 100%.
Others voiced frustration at an increase when things like roads aren't seeing desired improvements.
There's a huge sign that says county maintenance does not cover the road, and it's a nightmare driving down the road. So what are my taxes going for when you keep raising the taxes and there's no maintenance on that road? So, I mean, what am I paying for?
Following the public hearing, the County Commission voted to pass a resolution to raise the revenue neutral rate. But they're not the only governing body that impacts your taxes. Both county officials and community members point out that these tax hearings aren't just happening at the county level, but that school districts all across the area are holding them as well to discuss raising taxes.
If you look at the increase in the Baxter Springs Schools budget, it's double what the county's doing. So the schools are asking for a lot of money.
Reporting in Cherokee County, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
If you're interested in attending a school district tax hearing, we have a list of upcoming meetings on our website at koamnewsnow.com. Well, big news for a local nonprofit making a difference in the lives of children. Jasper County CASA just received a $50,000 donation. The gift comes from Wes and Jan Hauser, who first visited the CASA facility nearly a year ago. They say they were so moved by the organization's mission, they decided to give back.
None of us ever get to choose our parents. We were fortunate, and these children were not. And it is a blessing to be able to help all these volunteers that take care of all these amazing children.
It's really needed to ensure their safety and to ensure their well-being and to ensure that they have everything, all of the services that they need.
CASA officials say they're grateful and will continue to provide essential foster care to the community. Well, coming up, Plain Host.
President Trump hosts South Korea's president at the White House today. I'm Rebecca Castor with more on the investment South Korea plans to make in American manufacturing.
But up first, a new program in Joplin is tackling anesthesia shortages by training skilled assistants for critical care. Kansas City University in Joplin is trying to help lessen the shortage of a much-needed member of the surgical team. The university plans to add a new master's degree program for anesthesiologist assistants. KOAM's Ty Parks showed up for class and has the story.
The reason that we're adding it to our list of programs here is because of community need. We were approached by hospitals in the region that are really struggling with a shortage in anesthesia providers right now. And this is a part of the solution to help address that shortage.
An anesthesiologist is assisted by a team that makes up the unit for putting the patient to sleep. ACU Med tells KOAM multiple reasons led to shortages on the units like this.
A lot of it's based on demand. It isn't necessarily less numbers, sometimes it's demand. But it's really important because most hospitals, their operating rooms, their procedure rooms, those are the really important service lines for most hospitals, and those require not just the proceduralist or the surgeon, they also require a member of the anesthesia care team to provide the anesthesia for the patient.
Adding more anesthesiologist assistants helps provide more care. The master's degree program will be designed to get students ready for the demands of the surgical room. Strong components will be coursework and field work.
Students that have strong STEM skills, science, technology, and that enjoy taking care of people enjoy. There's a lot of physics and math and, like I said, biological science, chemistry involved in the educational process. So it's got to be a student who is willing to put in the time to get that type of education and then be able to accept the responsibility of taking care of other people.
In Joplin, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
The program portal opened earlier this year. More than 400 people have applied so far. Well, a new Swedish study shows how diabetes affects men and women differently. It found young men with type 2 diabetes have a higher risk of death and cardiovascular disease than type 1 diabetes patients. But for women, type 1 diabetes is deadlier. Researchers say women with type 1 diabetes often develop the disease young, which increases their lifetime risk of cardiovascular problems. But men with type 2 diabetes tend to have obesity, high blood pressure, and unhealthy lifestyles, which makes the disease more aggressive. Excessive so-called hidden fat can age your heart faster. A study in London found visceral adipose tissue, which is fat found deep in the abdomen, around the stomach, intestines, and liver, is linked to accelerated aging of the heart and blood vessels. This type of fat cannot be seen from the outside, meaning some people can have lots of visceral fat, even if their weight is healthy. Well, Lindsay's next with a complete look at your forecast, and later how Missouri Southern is building bridges with China through study abroad and new partnerships.
Pittsburgh's Meals on Wheels. Volunteer drivers needed.
At Aaron Saxton Associates, we'll never charge you anything up front to talk with us.
They did the consultation and everything for the arts.
We had mild temperatures in the low 70s for the day. We also had those showers and overcast skies to keep us cool for the day. We only got up to about 71, 72 degrees. So you can see here at our almanac, we're definitely below average today. Temperatures normally should be in the upper 80s, low 90s this time of year. Now our low is pretty similar. We're still in the 60s, though that's going to change tonight because we are 5 to 10 to even 15 degrees cooler today right now than we were yesterday at this time. So we're going to have another cool night. Temperatures getting down to the mid 50s. But you can see we've got some clouds clearing out of the area, but no more rain in the Joplin area, no more rain for any of us, at least for the next 24 hours. We're looking pretty good. Still some overcast skies, though, so it is going to be a bit cloudier this evening. All that does clear by midnight, and then as we head into Tuesday morning. Now, like I said, we're getting down to the mid 50s tonight. It's going to be about 55, 56 degrees. So a much cooler evening and a crisp, cool morning for us as well as we start Tuesday. Now you can see we're partly cloudy to mostly sunny most of the day on Tuesday. A lot more sunshine than we saw today. And temperatures quickly warm up into the low to mid 70s by 11 a.m., getting to the upper 70s and low 80s for the high. Now about 79, 70, 80 in the Joplin area, 80, 81 Baxter Springs, Miami 82 out there in Veneta and Grove. Lowest temperature is going to be up in Iola, Yates Center, about 76, 77. So pretty cool, crisp, cool day for us on Tuesday. Now the sunshine is going to make us feel a little bit warmer. However, by Wednesday, starting to cool back down. Now again, we do see these temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s most of the morning and into early afternoon. But by mid-afternoon, about 3 to 4 p.m., overcast skies push in and showers push in as well, and that's going to drop our temperatures quickly. So we only get a brief window of those warmer temperatures on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, again, most of us are going to be in the low 70s, pretty similar to what we saw today as well, because we're having some stormy mornings for us on Thursday. Now, taking a look at our future track. All right, we've got these clouds pushing in by 8 a.m. We're going to be partly cloudy on Wednesday for most of the morning. Then overcast skies push in and we have these showers that push in. Now these are only dropping about 1/10 of an inch an hour, so we're only getting some light showers to some sprinkles, not heavy at all by Wednesday afternoon. But those do increase once we get later into the evening. We have this band of heavy rain. Now that heavy rain band is going to be dropping about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain per hour. So a little bit heavier, more moderate showers there in the afternoon. And then it just increases even more late Wednesday night into early Thursday morning. Heavy rainfall across our southern and central counties. Now that's going to be dropping about 1 inch to 1.5 inches an hour. So we could get some decent rainfall with that. Hit and miss shower chances and thunderstorm chances all weekend long. And then we clear out just in time for a beautiful Labor Day.
Well, Missouri Southern State University hosted a delegation from Zhejiang University International Studies University in Hangzhou, China. Now, over the summer, MSSU students and faculty took part in a study abroad program at Zizou, learning more about Chinese culture and education. The ceremony followed along with a lunch at the Athletic Center. 14 students and 2 faculty members made the trip to China. The partnership began in 2023. The school hopes to appeal to more degree programs in the future. Well, coming up next, a postal headache.
The battle over tariffs could make it more difficult to get mail from Europe. I'm Mike Emanuel in Washington. I've got the details coming up.
For good, Vita Nova Golf Scramble September.
The end of an exemption on tariffs for low-value mail coming into the U.S. is causing multiple international postal services to pause shipping as they await more clarity. Fox News Chief Washington correspondent Mike Emanuel has more.
President Trump is poised to expand the tariff war, and it's causing headaches at the post office. Over the weekend, most European postal services announced suspensions or major cuts to commercial shipments to the U.S. because the Trump administration's ending an exemption on tariffs for packages worth less than $800. European leaders say it's a decision that could end up costing American consumers billions.
Companies are going to adjust, but at the end of the day, tariffs, unless there is some magic that applies, are paid by the consumers.
More than 1.3 billion packages were sent last year under the exemption, but now European officials are scrambling to push back on the new tariffs, while the White House says it's a response to European overregulation.
There's going to be some things where we have to defend our sovereignty against this over-regulatory push in the European Union.
And there could be more tariffs coming. President Trump says he's considering new taxes on imported furniture.
What I saw after China joined the World Trade Organization was a total devastation of our furniture industry, our cabinetry, kitchen cabinetry, and all of that.
The president's also touting what he calls record revenue generated from the tariffs, but business leaders say they're still looking for an end to the uncertainty.
There are a lot of questions about the tariff revenue. Which tariffs will stay in place? How long will it be collected?
The tariff for low-value shipments is scheduled to end on Friday. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
Well, Blue Bell is recalling some half-gallon batches of its Millennium Crunch ice cream, which was mistakenly packaged in the chocolate chip cookie dough cartons, though with a Millennium Crunch labeled lid. According to an FDA alert, the packaging fails to alert consumers the product contains almonds, walnuts, and pecans, which could cause severe or life-threatening reactions for people with nut allergies. The ice cream was distributed across 16 states. Anyone with the recalled product can return it to their place of purchase for a full refund. I would just eat it. Now tonight, millions of Americans can take a shot at winning Powerball's 10th largest jackpot in the game's history. An estimated $750 million is up for grabs, with a cash value of more than $336 million. Coming up next, hands-on flavors and easy recipes bring Mexico to Southeast Kansas at the Little Balkans Days Cooking School. We take you there.
Hondas with 0.99%.
Want to learn how to cook tonight at the Little Balkans Cooking School? That's exactly what students did. Tonight's hands-on cooking experience at the Pittsburgh Lincoln Center featured a Mexican theme. Each participant learned how to make their own corn tortillas, taco seasoning, guacamole, and queso.
My
Hope they enjoyed themselves, and I hope maybe they picked up a simple dish they can take home and make. Or I think a lot of times we go to the store and we buy those pre-made items because we don't know how to do things such as make a corn tortilla, and some of those things can be extremely easy to do. We've just never been shown how.
Tomorrow night's Little Balkan's Passport event is a quilting class where participants learn to sew fabric yo-yos and tea towels. Now, the cooking resumes Wednesday night as the Lincoln Center transforms into a pasta school. Well, if you're looking for more events like this right here in the 4 states but don't know where to turn, we've got you covered. This handy QR code will take you straight to the events page of our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Just scan it with your phone and you'll find information on all kinds of family fun events, including plenty of information on upcoming and ongoing fairs. The events page, KOAMnewsnow.com. 30 more minutes of news, weather, and sports is coming your way. President Trump's federal law enforcement takeover in Washington, D.C. could expand to other American cities. And the South Korean president visits the White House.
Big Bang Theory.
You're watching the 4 states' most watched news.
This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. President Trump says his federal law enforcement takeover of Washington, D.C. could expand to other large American cities. Their Democratic leaders, though, say they do not want it. Fox News correspondent Connor Hansen has the latest.
Armed National Guard troops and federal agents continue to patrol the streets of Washington, D.C. President Trump says crime has dropped dramatically, with no murders in the past 11 days. D.C.'s mayor says crime was already going down, but acknowledged the impact of having more law enforcement.
Anytime you have a surge of officers, I would expect that you have some results. I say repeatedly, we need 500 more officers in D.C.
Now the president says he plans to use the controversial strategy on other major cities.
I made the statement that next should be Chicago because, as you all know, Chicago is a killing field right now. And they don't acknowledge it. And they say, we don't need them.
Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson says he hasn't spoken to the White House and he'll do everything he can to stop the National Guard from moving in.
We're not going to surrender our humanity to this tyrant. I can tell you this, the city of Chicago has a long history of standing up against tyranny, resisting those who wish to undermine the interests of working people.
Trump says he wants to crack down on crime in the capital and other cities before the U.S. hosts the World Cup next year. The Pentagon is also planning to mobilize up to 1,700 National Guard troops in 19 states to help the Department of Homeland Security crack down on crime and immigration. President Trump said he'd also like to deploy federal law enforcement to cities like New York and San Francisco. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
Israeli strikes on a hospital complex in Gaza today killed at least 15 people, including 4 journalists. Israel confirmed the attack and is investigating, writing a statement that it regrets any civilian casualties. It comes as Israeli planes and tanks pound the outskirts of Gaza City, ramping up for a new offensive, while Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu faces increasing political pressure to end the war quickly. Hamas has offered hostage exchanges for a ceasefire, but so far Israel rejected the exchange. President Trump says he backs the offensive for now, claiming it's the best way to bring the hostages home. And President Trump met with his counterpart from South Korea at the White House today. It was their first sit down and was expected to focus on trade, but Trump is also questioning the political stability of the country. Fox's Rebecca Castor has the details.
A friendly welcome for South Korean President Lee Jae-myung at the White House Monday, just hours after President Donald Trump posted this. What is going on in South Korea? Seems like a purge or a revolution. We can't have that and do business there.
I heard from Intel that there was a raid on churches.
President Lee went on to explain it's part of a corruption investigation involving the previous South Korean leader.
I'm sure that's going to be worked out fine.
Otherwise, it was a positive meeting for the U.S.-South Korea alliance. Lee arrived with the new business offer in hand, a $150 billion deal to boost U.S. shipbuilding in South Korea.
We're going to be making our own chips again soon.
Lee also credited Trump for helping to prevent a nuclear war with North Korea during his first term and asked him to use his relationship with Kim Jong-un to maintain peace in the region.
During the hiatus where you were out of office, North Korea developed further its nuclear and missile capabilities.
They would not have done that if I were president.
I completely agree with you.
President Trump says the North Korean leader wants a meeting with him. He says he'd like to do it by the end of the year, but visiting China is also a priority. At the White House, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Well, Lindsay's next with a complete look at your forecast, and later how AI is making a racket at the U.S. Open.
How artificial intelligence is changing the U.S. Open. I'm Jerry Willis from Flushing Meadows. We'll have all the details after the break.
The arts.
We had mild temperatures in the low 70s for the day. We also had those showers and overcast skies to keep us cool for the day. Only got up to about 71, 72 degrees. So you can see here at our almanac, we're definitely below average today. Temperatures normally should be in the upper 80s, low 90s this time of year. Now our low is pretty similar. We're still in the 60s, so that's going to change tonight because we are 5 to 10 to even 15 degrees cooler today right now than we were yesterday at this time. So we're going to have another cool night. Temperatures getting down to the mid 50s. But you can see we've got some clouds clearing out of the area, but no more rain in the Joplin area. No more rain for any of us, at least for the next 24 hours. We're looking pretty good. Still some overcast skies though, so it is going to be a bit cloudier this evening. All that does clear by midnight, and then as we head into Tuesday morning. Now, like I said, we're getting down to the mid 50s tonight. It's going to be about 55, 56 degrees. So a much cooler evening and a crisp, cool morning for us as well as we start Tuesday. Now you can see we're partly cloudy to mostly sunny most of the day on Tuesday. A lot more sunshine than we saw today. And temperatures quickly warm up into the low to mid 70s by 11 a.m., getting to the upper 70s and low 80s for the high. Now about 79, 70, 80 in the Joplin area, 80, 81 Baxter Springs, Miami 82 out there in Veneta and Grove. Lowest temperature is going to be up in Iola, Yates Center, about 76, 77. So pretty cool, crisp, cool day for us on Tuesday. Now the sunshine is going to make us feel a little bit warmer. However, by Wednesday, it's starting to cool back down. Now again, we do see these temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s most of the morning and into early afternoon. But by mid-afternoon, about 3 to 4 p.m., overcast skies push in and showers push in as well, and that's going to drop our temperatures quickly. So we only get a brief window of those warmer temperatures on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, again, most of us are going to be in the low 70s, pretty similar to what we saw today as well, because we're having some stormy mornings for us on Thursday. Now, taking a look at our future track. All right, we've got these clouds pushing in by 8 a.m. We're going to be partly cloudy on Wednesday for most of the morning. Then overcast skies push in and we have these showers that push in. Now these are only dropping about 1/10 of an inch an hour, so we're only getting some light showers to some sprinkles, not heavy at all by Wednesday afternoon. But those do increase once we get later into the evening. We have this band of heavy rain. Now that heavy rain band is going to be dropping about 1/2 an inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain per hour. So a little bit heavier, more moderate showers there in the afternoon. And then it just increases even more late Wednesday night into early Thursday morning. Heavy rainfall across our southern and central counties. Now that's going to be dropping about 1 inch to 1.5 inches an hour. So we could get some decent rainfall with that. Hit and miss shower chances and thunderstorm chances all weekend long. And then we clear out just in time for a beautiful Labor Day.
Thank you, Lindsay. Well, don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. It's called the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Well, the past and the future of Route 66 took shape in Galena today. Crews lowered the official Centennial Arch into place over the highway. Now, the event, certified by the Route 66 Association, comes ahead of the 100-year celebration of the historic byway. From concept to completion, the bridge found its home in a little over 10 years.
So the concept's been going on since 2011. Construction began in June of this year. And so not bad, June, July, and here we are in August, and it's up in the air. We flew it this morning.
In the coming months, visitors to Galena can expect a dedication ceremony once signs and lights are set on the structure. Still ahead, the Royals and Cardinals open a new series to start the week. We'll preview their matchups. And as the wait continues for the NFL regular season, Chiefs fans can pass the time with a new series about the team. We'll have the details after this.
The NFL preseason has come to a close with the regular season right around the corner. But before the Chiefs take the field for Week 1 in Sao Paulo, Brazil against the Chargers, KC fans can pass the time with a new series. ESPN recently released a 6-part series about the Chiefs and last season's quest for a Super Bowl three-peat. I sat down with the voice of the Chiefs, Mitch Holthus, to talk about the experience and what fans can expect when they watch.
It's kind of a Hard Knocks feel to it. It's the same production crew that did Michael Jordan's Last Dance. And so the quality is amazing and their creativity. And so what I love about the series is that it delves into stories that have not been done in long form. Coach Reed, how amazing he is, and that goes way beyond play calling and wins. And just the human being that he is. Same with Pat and Brittany, and the same with Kels and Taylor. But Chris Jones, we get into that, the incredible heart-rendering story of DeAndre Hopkins and his mom. I mean, there's just so many storylines to this team and to last season, and they did a phenomenal job with it.
For Holthus and the media, they have the opportunity to form personal relationships with the players and coaches throughout the season. But Holthus says that his favorite part of the series is that now the fans and the viewers get to see these stars off the field and as people, not just as athletes.
People are seeing it now, what I've seen for 13 years with Kels and 8 years with Pat and 13 years with Coach and 10 years with Chris, is that just what they are, the depth of their character. And it's one of the reasons I say we win for 100 reasons, but that's a huge part of it.
To see my full sit-down interview with the voice of the Chiefs, head over to the KOAM News website. The postseason sprint continues for the Royals and Cardinals as they look to make a return to the playoffs. And as another week of action starts, both squads have key opportunities to pick up some wins. After dropping 2 of 3 games against the Tigers over the weekend, the Royals opened a 3-game set in Chicago against the White Sox tonight, and Kansas City gets shut out in the series opener 7-0, only collecting 2 hits on the night. Game 2 is tomorrow at 6:40. Cardinals also open a series tonight against a division rival, taking on the Pirates at home. And St. Louis takes Game 1 of the series in walk-off fashion. Alec Burleson playing the hero with the game-winning home run. Cards, they've won 5 of their last 7 games. The 30th edition of the Pigskin Preview is live, and you can scan the QR code on your screen, head to the KOAMnews.com/pigskin, or download our free KOAM News mobile app to view it. When you're there, you'll see the logos of all the teams showcased in the preview, ranging from the high schools in Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma to the junior colleges and universities in our region. You'll see quotes from coaches, schedules, season outlooks, and much more. As the season starts, you'll find our live scoreboard to keep you updated on the action every Friday night. You'll also find highlights as we hit the ground running to area games this season. That's it for your sports. We're back after the break.
With the U.S. Open underway, officials are banking on artificial intelligence to raise the game for fans. Fox Business correspondent Jerry Willis reports from Flushing Meadows on how the United States Tennis Association is using AI-powered digital experiences at this year's tournament.
The USTA teaming up with IBM Watson to provide answers to the questions that tennis fans ask most often. It's an app called Match Chat, and it uses AI to answer the questions. Well, what do you get? Player stats, head-to-head records, who covered more break points, their 2024 stats, 2025, you name it, it's all in there. And then there's IBM Slam Tracker. Slam Tracker tracks likelihood to win probabilities for each of the 254 singles matches that we'll see here this week. You can follow that in real time. It tracks it individually through all the matches. Now, even the commentary on the app is also developed by AI. It's not real people. Now, all of this, of course, an effort by the USTA to bring their audience closer to the game of tennis. And 86% of tennis fans say this is exactly the kind of detail they want to see. Look, the good news here for fans is they get more information more quickly. The good news for players at the U.S. Open this year is that they're getting more money. There's some $90 million in total compensation that will be awarded this year to players, and individual winners of the singles matches will win $5 million. Back to you.
Well, still to come, alien mischief and heart collide in Disney's new Lilo and Stitch. Plus, legendary senseis gear up for the ultimate karate showdown. Find out what's new in home entertainment up next. A beloved dog-like alien. Iconic senseis and music superstars are among the latest digital, DVD, and music releases available to add to your home library. Fox's Ashley DeVorkin runs down the list of what's new in home entertainment.
Disney's live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch tops the list of new home releases. The animated adventure stars newcomer Maya Kaialoha as the young Hawaiian girl who forms a special bond with the genetically engineered dog-like alien.
Sensei La Russo.
Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan reunite in Karate Kid Legends. The iconic senseis team up to mentor a martial arts prodigy for the ultimate showdown.
Welcome to Trinity.
Pierce Brosnan, Samuel L. Jackson, and Brandon Lassard lead the unholy trinity. Set in 1870s Montana, the Western centers on a young man returning to reclaim his legacy, sparking a violent clash between a sheriff and ruthless stranger.
Your dad doesn't like the government very much.
Sovereign stars Nick Offerman, Jacob Tremblay, and Dennis Quaid. The drama is about a father drawing his son into an anti-government group, which leads to a deadly standoff with the police.
Did you kill someone? Or did someone break your heart?
From the small screen, the fourth and final season of Netflix's crime drama You, starring Penn Badgley. In music, rock singer-songwriter Bryan Adams releases Roll with the Punches, his first new album since 2022. Colby Calais' Duets album This Time Around features new songs as well as re-recorded versions of some of her hits, including Bubbly, Lucky, and Fallin' For You. Country singer Zach Top drops his third record, Ain't In It For My Health. And Sabrina Carpenter unleashes Man's Best Friend. In Hollywood, Ashley DeVorkin, Fox News.
And that is our time for tonight. Thank you for joining us. We're going to leave you with video of Nigerian dwarf goats testing out their new climbing structure at the Milwaukee County Zoo. Have a great night and an even better tomorrow.